already in, but maybe his son can make it in, or you have a family affair in the finals. It would be a pretty interesting story.
Cool.
I'm just curious, you know, what does being a coach in this mean?
What does being a coach mean? Well, that's what's so special about this hobby, is because the hobby, when we were kids, it moved all over the place. It was a scramble. We didn't really know how to control which way they were going, where they were going. But now as adults, we've learned to tweak the bases, make them go where we want them to go. And once you were able to do that, to apply strength, to get the direction you want out of them, then there's strategy. Suddenly you have strategy in the game. And when you have that strategy, it becomes a really competitive affair. And because we're controlling all 22 to 60 of our players that we have for our teams, we're the coach. We're also the quarterback and everything else, but you got to coach your team and get it ready by working those bases, getting them to do what you want to do, getting them strength built up, all those kind of aspects to the game, and that's what makes you a coach. And it's kind of a fun title for all of us too.
Yeah, I was wondering, so you're not like players?
Right, no, yeah, we're the coaches and the quarterbacks. And that's really what it is. The players are the guys on the field. We had to coach them up in our preparation for the game, which we'll spend hours and hours doing, trying to get those guys to go where we want, to do what we want them to do. So yeah, we're really coaches. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of time involved in making these guys do what we want. And if they don't follow directions, they get cut from the team, they get left behind. Sometimes they get stepped on. It's and it hurts their feelings a little bit. But they usually come back out of it unless we step on them.
So personally, how did you get involved in this? As a player, and then to managing?
Yeah, when I was a kid, my dad was on Saturdays, grew up on a farm. He'd go to the farm auctions, and then at one of the farm auctions, he bought a box of bolts and screws, and the auctioneer said, well, we can't sell this thing. So they threw in an electric football game that was sitting in the pile. And so he brought that home. Well, the next thing I knew, me and my nephew were playing it nonstop for quite a while. And we got really addicted to it all. But eventually we got to the point where we were cars, girls, all those kind of things, and had to move on from it. And then I rediscovered it at some point in my life later on. I think it was around 1999. I walked into a Toys R Us, saw it on the shelf, and went, oh, I got to have that again. There's just that nostalgia that you get from it. And then when you open up the box, there was a flyer inside that listed a bunch of coaches around the country that were still playing, and you were like, oh my gosh, there's still people playing this game, and there's tournaments, and there's leagues, and there's all this stuff. It just grew from there. It got really crazy, and eventually it got to the point where we had another forum that started up online. We found ourselves through the internet, and the forum kind of brought all of us together. We rediscovered each other, and there was finally talk about a national organization, and that's where the MFCA came in. Myself and 11 other individuals from that forum got together and said, let's get something started. And together with those guys, we were able to get it rolling, and it's developed into something now that's run for 8 years and 8 conventions, and very exciting for everybody.
What do you think is the most special thing about this?
Oh man, the most special thing, there's a lot of things that you can take from it. I mean, there's obviously the fellowship and the sportsmanship that we get to do with the guys that are out there, but ultimately it's the joy of playing that game, and that one special moment when that one play happens that you've been working on forever. It breaks open, surprises your opponent, and throws them off track, and you watch it happen, and everybody blocks where they're supposed to block, running back goes where he's supposed to go, the pass is completed, whatever the situation. And when that happens, that's the most ecstatic moment at any time, even sometimes more than winning. Winning's fun, but boy, when you get that one special play to work that breaks open the game, that's the happy moment.